कुछ भी एआई से रिलेटेड कोर्स करें जिससे कि क्योंकि आजकल क्या है ना, काफ़ी एआई इंडस्ट्री काफ़ी बूमिंग है।
आई वॉज सेंट फ्रॉम दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी टू नॉर्दर्न एरिजोना। मैं हमेशा वक्त के साथ बदलती रही, क्या स्कोप है और क्या सब्जेक्ट लें।
कोचिंग ले लोगे तो बेटर रहेगा, बेटर आउटपुट दे पाओगे तुम। यूजी के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है तो क्या माइंडसेट से प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए, एंड पीजी के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है तो किस माइंडसेट से प्रिपेयर करना। हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल, जहाँ पर हम बात करते हैं सीयूईटी और एडमिशन प्रोसेस के रिलेटेड। जैसा कि आप सबको पता है कि इस एकेडमिक सेशन के लिए एडमिशन प्रोसेस स्टार्ट हो चुके हैं, तो आज हम बात करने वाले हैं इन डेप्थ अबाउट कॉलेज एडमिशन्स, कॉलेज लाइफ से रिलेटेड। सच बोलूँ तो आज का कन्वर्सेशन आप लोगों के लिए काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट रहने वाला है, क्योंकि कोर्स और कॉलेज चूज़ करना लाइफ का एक छोटा सा डिसीजन नहीं है, ये लिटरली आपका फ्यूचर शेप करने वाला है। सो आज हमारे साथ हैं प्रोफेसर मंजू गुप्ता मैम, प्रोफेसर ऑफ बॉटनी, श्री औरबिंदो कॉलेज, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी। मैम पिछले 34 ईयर्स से दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ा रहे हैं। मैम ने सिर्फ दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं, फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में भी पढ़ा है, जैसे कि यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ नॉर्दर्न एरिजोना, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ वेस्टर्न ऑस्ट्रेलिया। सो वेलकम टू द पॉडकास्ट मैम।
Thank you, Vishesh, for your kind introduction. And it is such a pleasure to be here on this platform because I believe that you are really helping students. Why? Because I tell you, when I was in US or for last 1.5 year on my WhatsApp or emails, I see a flood of messages because students actually felt genuinely helped through your connection and your information which you provide. So it is pleasure for me.
तो मैम मैं आपके साथ में एक जनरल एजम्पशन शेयर करना चाहता हूँ जो कि हमारी ऑडियंस को है। जब भी हम किसी एक्सपर्ट को पॉडकास्ट में बुलाते हैं तो लोगों को लगता है कि हम कोई बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, जस्ट लाइक कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स, कि हम उससे पैसा कमाना चाहते हैं। लेकिन रियलिटी बिल्कुल उल्टा है मैम। हम अपना टाइम, एनर्जी, रिसोर्सेज सब कुछ लगा रहे हैं। क्यों? ताकि स्टूडेंट इस कोचिंग प्रेशर से बाहर आ सके। हमारा गोल सिंपल है, रियल अनबायस्ड गाइडेंस, वो भी उन लोगों से जो कि फील्ड को सच में जानते हैं। इसी वजह से हम ऐसे एक्सपर्ट्स चुनते हैं जिनके पास सिर्फ टीचिंग ही नहीं बल्कि ग्लोबल एक्सपीरियंस भी हो, जैसे कि आप मैम। ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग मैम, लास्ट ईयर आपकी कमी काफ़ी खली। सो स्टार्ट करने से पहले हम सब जानना चाहते हैं कि लास्ट ईयर आप क्या कर रहे थे।
If I connected with you correctly, three things you have pointed out in introduction, you would say. First was that you wanted to say that you've been working very honestly and you want to take students out of this nexus of coaching institutes, a commercial platform, and people think you otherwise. But here I would like to add that I receive mails on your behalf from very remote areas of India, like maybe Kerala. Some mails I got from Nagaland. And you know what this tells me is that in this world of social media, where you can easily pass your knowledge and you can help anyone if you want. So not only you are saving the kids from the coaching nexus or commercial platforms where the objective is more of making money, meaning not all coaching institutes are like this, I would say, but some may be, because money angle is of course there. But your honesty and truthfulness is clear to everyone, those who have seen you, watched you earlier. So I would say you don't have to worry about this. Then second thing you said, ma'am, you get experts or experienced people. And I tell you, no one asked me about this for you. Then lastly you said, ma'am, where were you last year? So I tell you, I was not sleeping. I was sent from Delhi University to Northern Arizona University. I was a visiting professor there. And in fact, it was my dream come true. Like, it gave me opportunity to teach in that university, not only undergraduates, because it's Sri Aurobindo College, I teach only undergraduates, but there I was teaching postgraduates and PhD students. So I felt lifted. And the other thing was that there, of my field, I work with mycorrhiza and soil microbiome, microbiology. And that place was a hub of all the experts. Like my specialization falls in mycorrhiza and bioinformatics. So the top person for mycorrhiza was there. Dr. Nancy Johnson, Professor Nancy Johnson, who was my host. And then another one, bioinformatics, where for microbiome analysis, I always use the pipeline which has been developed by Greg Kempress. So he's a professor there. And I got a chance to see him directly and interact. So it was such an interesting thing. I tell you, your students or your audience used to send me emails there also. WhatsApp, they have my phone number. I don't know from where they get it. And they used to send me message, ma'am, I'm stuck here. Please reply. But I was so occupied with the things there. I could not. But I tell you one thing very honestly, that your purpose is achieved and you should not, meaning feel that people are misunderstanding. Those who need to be benefited are actually deriving benefit from your endeavor.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू सो मच मैम फॉर दिस काइंड अप्रिसिएशन। बट मैं अभी आपको सुन रहा था तो आपने कुछ टर्म्स का यूज़ किया जैसे सॉइल माइक्रोबायोम, बायो इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स। बट मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि हमारी ऑडियंस सिर्फ साइंस स्टूडेंट्स नहीं है, बल्कि अदर स्टूडेंट्स एंड उनके पेरेंट्स भी हैं। तो मैं आपसे चाहूँगा कि अगर आप इन टर्म्स को थोड़ा और आसान भाषा में समझा सकें।
Oh, that's my pleasure. Yeah, so let's start with microbiome, I would say. तो soil microbiome, इसका synonymous मैं कहूँगी soil microbiology है। Microbiology सब समझते हैं when we talk about the microorganisms, right? And this has been studied for a while. But now what has happened is that microorganisms को हम microscope में देख के पहचानते थे और उसको एक नाम दे देते थे. When we used to study it like that, we used to say soil microbiology. But now, because of the advancement in molecular biology techniques, and we identify organisms not by morphology, we identify them by their DNA sequence. Everybody understands this. And when we are identifying them by DNA sequence rather than organism itself, we call this as microbiome. So, in soil microbiome, we study the microorganisms, but not as their individual appearance, but by their DNA sequence. And what is good about this, when you study this through DNA sequence, is that with this one, it becomes a data, and you can see their hidden network, meaning how these organisms are connected, how they are functioning together, and how they are performing a function in an ecosystem or anywhere. Maybe in colon also, our intestine also has a microbiome. And certain microorganisms or metagenomes, they have a connection through their activities and they perform a function. That function can be anything like your digestion or any other response which your body gives. Same is in the soil. So when we have this thing, meaning when we study this and when we understand this better, we can get the crop increase. We can also get the climate. We can fight the change in the climate to get a better productivity and save our environment. The other terms, like you said, bioinformatics, how bioinformatics come in between is, bioinformatics is what? When we apply information technology resources in biology, we say it is bioinformatics. But the thing is, like when I'm in microbiome now, and I'm not talking about single organism, so I need to have a lot of computational resources. So all of these things come together. And I would say they are doing wonders together. Lots of hidden problems are being solved, specifically the environmental problems, which is worrying everyone. And same way, if you want to increase the crop productivity, this really helps you there.
I think मैम ये तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा एडवांस नॉलेज हो गई है पेरेंट्स के लिए। बट हमारे टाइम पे तो आप बॉटनी पढ़ाते जिसमें पेड़ पौधे के बारे में पढ़ना होता था, लेकिन ये तो बॉटनी नहीं है। आई थिंक
ये बेसिक, आई टेल यू, जो छोटी क्लासेस होती हैं लाइक BSc, उसमें वो एलिमेंट्री वाला सब पढ़ाते हैं ना, और आपको लगा होगा ये बॉटनी नहीं है, लेकिन मेरा बेस ही है। और मैं क्यों सबसे अलग हूँ, क्योंकि मैं हमेशा वक्त के साथ बदलती रही। जैसे जैसे नई चीज़ें आती गई, लाइक कंप्यूटर साइंस आया, मैंने उसमें भी वेंचर आउट किया, पाइथन, आर, सबके साथ आई ट्राइड माई हैंड्स। और बिकॉज ऑफ बीइंग रिच इन कंप्यूटेशनल रिसोर्सेज, आई यूज्ड टू टीच इन Delhi College of Engineering also for a while, this bioinformatics paper. And molecular biology has grown like it used to be in our times when it used to be botany. So botany, you really cannot say it is just plants. It is much more than that. And it involves a lot of computer now. You cannot work if you have no computer knowledge.
मैम ये तो काफ़ी फैसिनेटिंग लग रहा है। बट CUET देने वाले बच्चे तो ये सोच रहे हैं कि बॉटनी ऑनर्स ले, माइक्रोबायोलॉजी ले या एनवायरमेंटल साइंस ले, और इनमें आगे क्या स्कोप?
इनमें आगे क्या स्कोप है और क्या सब्जेक्ट लें. There's one thing which has to be very clear. Like when you're coming for undergraduate courses, you have to be broad. Meaning you cannot think of the advanced mixing all the subjects together. You have to have your foundation on the basic subjects. So it all depends on your trajectory where you want to go in life. But it's a very good idea to decide at this stage only where you want to go. Say, for example, you want to make a career in climate research or sustainability, then it's a very good idea to keep your majors around environment, botany, and resources, natural resources. So the things have changed a lot. Meaning, really cannot talk about the basic subjects, and the students in CBCS, you have lots of flexibility. So I think, yeah, of course, the CUET marks decide more for you what you're going to study, but still, the students are very smart nowadays. They decide where they want to go, and then they accordingly choose their major, minor, and it's much more easier than we had in our times now. So, what I would say for this one is that the future of botany, zoology, chemistry is very, very bright. Why? Because the computer science people are working on the data, and this data is being generated by the real lab experiments which biologists are doing, microbiology, and then they give you the test. I'm not undermining anybody's work, but you can never say that the botany is less important or zoology is less important than this new top advanced fields are coming, because advancement happens after a basic level.
तो मैं आपने अभी कंप्यूटर साइंस के रिलेटेड बात की. आजकल के एआई ड्रिवन वर्ल्ड में पेरेंट्स को भी ये हो गया है कि हम बॉटनी जूलॉजी छोड़ के कुछ भी एआई से रिलेटेड कोर्स करें, जिससे कि क्योंकि आजकल क्या है ना, काफ़ी एआई इंडस्ट्री काफ़ी बूमिंग है. तो इस पे आपका कोई थॉट?
AI booming है और बहुत लोग ऐसे भी they speak it like this कि AI will eat up everybody's maybe botany, zoology or whatever you say. But I don't believe in this, because the AI tools are helping botanists. Meaning, I understand that we are not doing basic work now, but if you supplement your basic botany knowledge, say for example, with AI tools which are ready-made assistants for you, so they are not replacing you. They cannot replace your knowledge or your skills. And when you apply AI with this, you become unique in your own niche. In a way, like, say you're going to fight climate change. AI will do what? AI will use data generated by you. AI will connect you to satellite images. AI will tell you lots of other things. But AI cannot do what you can do by understanding both the things together. So I don't really believe that the job of biologists are going to go after AI. In fact, they're going to increase. In fact, I was studying it somewhere with some data that by 2030 maybe, there'll be a 30% hike in the green AI jobs, meaning green is biology, botany, those who are merging them together.
तो मैम अभी आपने एग्रीटेक और ग्रीन एआई के बारे में बताया, तो वहाँ तक पहुँचने के लिए जो इनिशियल स्टेप होता है सबसे पहले वो है CUET. तो उसके लिए स्टूडेंट्स कैसे तैयारी करें?
उसके लिए तैयारी कैसे करें? One thing is there, which is your purpose of this conversation, and which even I would like to emphasize again, that coaching colleges may not have a solution for this. What I believe, meaning it's my personal opinion as well, and I think it has come to me with experience also, is that you focus on your class 12 syllabus. Meaning, while preparing, if someone asks me somewhere, I tell you honestly, how to top in CUET, right? How to top is easy in a way. First, your mental and preparation should be of that level. You can top it. It's not a problem. It's more of time management, I would say. You prepare your class 12 syllabus thoroughly and look at the questions which come in CUET, and you would see 80% of it overlaps with the class 12 syllabus. So if you manage your time and use your intelligence to manage your time, find your interest, what is easy, what is difficult, but do it along with the class 12 this thing. So it would not require a lot of extra effort. It is just wit, I would say, how you merge the two things and utilize your time best. And one thing very good which system has done is that you have all question papers available. So you can divide and plan, and I don't think it is that difficult if you are actually interested in cracking this CUET and reaching to your goals. Not really difficult if you have a plan.
तो मैम आपने अभी जैसे कि कोचिंग सेंटर्स का थोड़ा सा जिक्र किया, तो आजकल पेरेंट्स भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा प्रेशर डालते हैं बच्चों पे कि कोचिंग ले लो, कोचिंग ले लोगे तो बेटर रहेगा, बेटर आउटपुट दे पाओगे तुम। तो आपका क्या सजेशन है, आप पेरेंट्स के लिए क्या एडवाइस देना चाहोगे आप कि बच्चों को प्रेशर डालें?
Like to me, if you ask, I would say parents. See, again, I would say this is my personal opinion. I don't have any rivalry with any coaching institute. But the thing is, I see students, they study in the school maybe till 2 o'clock. They'll come back home, keep their bags, and then run to the coaching institute. What they are getting, they are not left with no energy to pick up from the coaching institutes. And coaching institutes do what? They'll mug them up the same questions. And for the parents, I would say if they have time and actually willingness to help them, those who can do it, not everybody will be it. Give your time. Look at their problems. And if you can help them in solving their problems and planning things, how to get this done, I think it's easy. It's easy, it's not that difficult. And I don't know, I believe coaching institute, at least for CUET, is not a solution. It can be planned, it's not that difficult. But still, if you feel, like I tell you, if you feel that when you're taking care of your ward and you feel that but some particular portion, say for example, in biology, he's not able to understand DNA, RNA structure. So you can ask someone to help him, get some tuition or some coaching, not coaching, some tuition or a personal attention to those topics where he's weak, rather than his all after school hours going to coaching college and coming back. And because they are going to do it from the beginning to the end. So the kids suffer, the energy and the time involved and restlessness and competition, otherwise competition of that one. So it's a personal choice basically what the student is needing, and that probably is decided by the parents because the students are small.
दैट्स रियली स्वीट ऑफ यू मैम कि आप स्टूडेंट्स की एनर्जी की इतना ध्यान रखते हैं, इतना केयर कर रहे हैं आप। मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि एक स्टूडेंट जब प्रिपेयर कर रहा है तो उसको अब अगर वो यूजी के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है तो क्या माइंडसेट से प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए, एंड पीजी के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है तो किस माइंडसेट से प्रिपेयर करना है?
You want to know what should be the mindset of a UG, a student who is preparing for UG and another one who is preparing for PG. Like for UG, I would say the boundaries, as I told you, 90% of the syllabus is from NCERT. So I think they should stick around their NCERT book. They can add one extra hour to do questions and organize time management. I think that would help, and this will not be difficult. But if you're talking of PG admissions, PG would not be that simple, because if you see microbiology, it's different from the one admission test you have for life sciences in PG. And to get there, you have to gradually, prepare yourself. Like for example, you have CBCS in the undergraduate courses, right? So you have to plan your things and choose the papers and courses accordingly. And then only you will reach to your trajectory where you want to reach. So the planning for PG cannot be that simple as it is for UG. UG is simple, but for PG, you have to prepare and you have to take the courses accordingly. And same way, if you want to succeed in the real world, like to get a job or something, then you have to do Python, some R statistics, and some additional courses, so that you are actually empowered to be preparing for PG. But PG is a bit advanced, I would say, and you are not a kid when you're doing a PG CUET, because by then you have studied college 4 years or 3 years. So you can plan and you can widen your horizon to do things.
तो मैम आपने अभी ये सब बताया, काफ़ी आई थिंक काफ़ी रिलेट कर पाएंगे बच्चे और काफ़ी हेल्प भी होगा उनका। लेकिन कुछ बच्चे जो हैं काफ़ी कॉमन मिस्टेक्स कर देते हैं, तो उनके लिए आप कुछ, या फिर जो मिस्टेक्स हैं कॉमन मिस्टेक्स, क्या कॉमन मिस्टेक्स करने से बच सकते हैं?
आप पहले तो मेरे को ये बताइए, कॉमन मिस्टेक्स से आपका क्या मतलब है? मीनिंग विच कॉमन मिस्टेक्स यू मीन?
तो कभी कभी मैम फॉर्म भरते वक्त ही स्टूडेंट्स को ना क्लियर नहीं होता, तो वो क्या है कि कुछ गलत कोर्स फिल कर देते हैं या कुछ गलत सब्जेक्ट फिल कर देते हैं, इस टाइप से कुछ जो मिस्टेक्स हो जाते हैं।
like the mistakes, sometimes the mistakes can be repaired if you are alert and watching things around, like again connecting to the videos which university is releasing or the other platform which they are giving. Once they know their mistake and if it is repairable, I think it's a good idea to fix it there itself. But if sometimes the mistake is such that they have by chance they have to take the course where they are not interested or whatever. So for that, like they have to build it gradually. Either they have to drop it, or sometimes the mistake is minor. Like say for example, they wanted to study botany but they opted for environmental science. Still they can reach to where they wanted to reach with botany. So it depends, because college CBCS gives you a lot of choices. You can opt for courses and you can mix things what you want to do in life. So it depends. Sometimes what I see very often is that the students have a lot of craze for the college, that they want to go to that college, whatever subject may be. Someone was asking me, ma'am, what would you say choosing Aurobindo or Hansraj? What is your suggestion? And I say 99% of the students would say we'll go to Hansraj. But if you ask me, I'll ask him what subject you're getting in Hansraj. He said Sanskrit honors. I would say never go there. Rather take some good promising subject which has a future. I'm not saying Sanskrit honors is not having a future, but those who were trying to build a career in biology, AI, maybe that may not help him that
Yeah.
much. So it depends, but every mistake is repairable. The idea is that you should recognize it well in time and you must be ready to fix it yourself. No, anybody else is not going to fix it for you.
सो मैम मान लेते हैं कि एक स्टूडेंट ने यूजी भी बहुत अच्छे से कर लिया, उसके बाद पीजी भी बहुत अच्छे से कर लिया, लेकिन हमारे बायोलॉजी रिलेटेड फील्ड में करियर स्कोप क्या है, कि मतलब रियल करियर स्कोप्स क्या है?
Real career scope, I would say life to biology, meaning like if all the environmental problems are being solved by biology people, and then medicine, agriculture. So basically, you want to apply everything there to have a better human life and to have better plans. So there is scope. Maybe you are trying to ask how much money will be able to make after that. So I think money should not also be a problem. You can always start your startup. Maybe I see a lot of startups coming which say that with some data we have instruments and we can predict the soil health. And then I see several places it is saying they advise the farmers that they can help them to get the climate resistant crop so that the climate change does not bother their crop, or which fertilizer they can best use in that particular soil. So these type of startups are coming, and startups, it's a boom. And the other type of startups maybe where you can design for yourself is like if you reduce the steps, meaning hours, you get paid a lot. So there are lots of careers which you can take after this, not only for getting jobs. Like after doing PG in this, there are lots of scientist job coming up in Indian governmental departments with PG in biology, microbiology, soil health. Soil health meaning agriculture and medicine will never go, and you have jobs there.
मैम ये तो हो गई ओवरऑल बातें, बट अब थोड़ा रियल पिक्चर को भी समझ लेते हैं कि व्हाट लर्निंग लुक्स लाइक इन डीयू, लाइक कि ओवरऑल दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर कैसा रहता है, लैब्स, फील्ड वर्क और क्या 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 चीज़ें रहती हैं?
देखिए मैं तो like if you ask me, I would say Delhi University is the best. I have traveled so much outside also, and wherever I go, I probably proudly say Delhi University is the best. Why? Because you said learning, research, we are at the top for everything, whichever department you ask. And apart from that, the placements are so good in Delhi University nowadays. If you track some of the good colleges, like in SRCC, somebody was telling me yesterday that they had a package of 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, which is not less than some of the IITs. So studying in Delhi University is a privilege for those who are getting it. Now it's up to you also how much you make it. Say for example, you had the idea of getting a job, right? And then you choose such a college where companies hardly come. Then your idea is defeated, right? So same way, if you had an idea of doing research and going for advanced studies, and you choose such a college and such a subject where is no trained faculty in that college and no facility available. Meaning this type of colleges also exist. It's not that every college is best for him. So these types of things, then you are damaging yourself. But if you correctly look and assess the situation and try to make best out of it, I think the type of niche or ecosystem which you get in Delhi University, you will not get it anywhere else. This is what I feel. I studied in Delhi University for last 34 years I'm teaching, and for last after then you add 10 years to that I studied in Delhi University. So you will get whatever you want and everything is best.
तो मैम थैंक यू सो मच, आपने इतने अच्छे तरीके से सारी चीज़ें समझाई। आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स को काफ़ी हेल्प होने वाली है हमारे इस एपिसोड से।
It's a pleasure to join in the good work you're doing. So I hope that I'll be there whenever you need.
सो थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर जॉइनिंग अस। आई होप आपके ज़्यादातर डाउट्स क्लियर हो गए होंगे हमारे आज के एपिसोड से। लेकिन फिर भी इसके बाद अगर आपके कोई डाउट्स बचते हैं या रह जाते हैं तो आप अपनी क्वेरीज कमेंट बॉक्स में डाल सकते हैं। हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आपकी जो भी डाउट्स हैं वो जल्द से जल्द क्लियर किए जा सकें। कीप वॉचिंग, लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब विद योर फ्रेंड्स।